Hi everyone, it's me, Krylios, Team Rayceen Productions MC and producer. And with me today is Rayceen Pendarvis. Welcome, Rayceen.
Bam! Greetings and salutations all.
I am so happy to be here because we have a very special guest with us. We have the wonderful, amazing crooner, songstress, Helen Scott. Welcome.
Well, hello. Do you want to do that again so I can applaud? I'm telling you, that was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It is such a pleasure for us to have you here with us on the Team Rayceen YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here.
It is my pleasure.
Oh, I am so honored because I am a diehard, legendary, ride or die 3 Degrees fan. I love you. I love you. I am on high. You just don't know. When I heard this was happening, I was like, Helen Scott of 3 Degrees. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God.
Because, oh my goodness.
This is your swan years.
Oh, you're bad.
Like speaking of your swan years, like your G baby, I'm sorry. Ooh. Maybe close your eyes, look into your eyes. I am a big 3 Degrees.
You really are. Thank you. My goodness, that's going way back in the cobwebs.
Yeah. Not the cobwebs. But that is why we are so happy to have you here, and we just want to talk about everything Helen Scott and the 3 Degrees. Yes, certainly. So for the viewers who are watching, who are a little bit younger, who they don't know the 3 Degrees, talk to me about the 3 Degrees and the starting of it and what it was like in those early years.
Well, just to kind of sum up the early years in a nutshell, we were teenagers, 15 and 16-year-old teenagers. And we knew nothing about anything that had to do.
That's just me sharing images. No, that's just me sharing the images. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We knew nothing about show business, about the music industry. All we knew was that we wanted to sing. And so that's exactly how we started out. We were introduced to Richard Barrett, who was our manager at the time. One of the high school teachers where Sheila and I went to school together said that he thought we should go and audition for a group that our manager was trying to put together. And so Sheila and I did, and she became a solo singer and I became one of the 3 Degrees. Wow. So we were both on Swan label and we used to sing on her stuff and she used to sing on our stuff. So when I decided that, I was leaving to have a family, she was the obvious person to step right in that spot and continue on. Because she knew, we've known each other, forever. So we rehearsed every day after school, weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. He took no prisoners. We had to learn, and that's exactly what we did. And I have to say that I am grateful for the lessons that he taught, the things that he said. They weren't always the nicest, but we got it, and it stands true today.
And it's so amazing because when I was listening to so much of stuff early today. And when one of my favorite songs of all times is Maybe. I like your version and the Chantel's version. And both are so different and so unique. I think it was, who came up with the idea of doing like the talking part and doing
that's Valerie. And Valerie was the one who put that whole rap thing together. And that's one of my favorite songs, and the version. I love that.
I love the version. Oh my God, it's so amazing because it's so unique and it stands alone by itself. It's hard to do a song that someone else is like, oh, well, they've recorded, but y'all like, oh, this is our version, and it's the same song, but it's very unique. And it's like, it's very unique. And that's what oh my God, I think about so many wonderful memories when I hear your music. And still today, because let me just say this, you sisters, you, Freddie and Valerie, still sound like I saw you a couple of years ago. I don't know where I was. And I said, oh my God, they still sound fabulous. And look good. Y'all were glam to the T. Y'all was giving me boom, bam, pow, everything.
Yes.
And baby, and I always say, you had the best flip of all time, honey. Your flip was even rivaled Farrah Fawcett.
My flip. Listen, I'm telling you, my hair just does not go any other way. I don't care how I try. It's just like, this is just who you are, and it's going to be who you are forever. Even when it was short, it just goes this way.
Oh, I remember when you had that like Dorothy Hamill cut. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and I was like, oh, she's got the best hair of all time. But tell us about the Philadelphia years.
Wow. Well, I actually was having babies when it was actually recorded, but I did know Kenny and I did know Leon from the Swan days. So, when they decided to put Philly International together, there were no female groups for them at that time. The majority of the folks around were males. And so the 3 Degrees were blessed to have been chosen at that particular point to be a part of the Philadelphia sound. And I just talked to Kenny recently. We hadn't spoken for a while, but he gave me a call, and I just thanked him because he and Leon, pardon me, are responsible for the age old. And when I say that, that is with love and affection. This particular type of music, and specifically When Will I See You Again, is our national anthem or our universal anthem. And it carries on. I mean, it was recorded in 74, 373, 74. And it's still, I mean, people, the moment they know who you are, they request that particular song. So I thank him often for giving us that ability to be able to carry on. Sometimes you get records and you're only as good as your last one, but this one has just been the one that has just perpetuated us constantly.
And it's amazing because I've listened to how you rearrange it in so many different tunes with a full orchestra. To hear you ladies sing it with the full orchestra, I say, oh my God. They're taking it into a whole nother realm. Right. And it's so amazing. I've heard that song in so many different arrangements and heard you ladies sing it. And it's like hearing it for the very first time.
Well, thank you. That's a really nice compliment. I appreciate it. And the stories that we hear related to When Will I See You Again? Most people think, it's a love song. And when you listen to the words, you could definitely go in that direction. And as I was telling Kenny, I said, you did more for people than just a love song. The stories that we hear about someone they lost or just something that really, I mean, a lot of times people have us in tears and we don't even know these people, with the stories that they tell us about associating When Will I See You Again to their lives. So it's just amazing. So
I mean, your music is I think about The Year of Decision, A Woman in Love.
Perfect timing it came out, didn't it?
Oh my God, everything. Starlight, I Didn't Know, Take Good Care of Yourself. I love you. I just love that. So I just, oh God, one of my favorite, My Simple Heart. I love the melody. You're harmonizing on that.
Aww.
I love the harmony on that song. And I was like, God, they are real. I mean, but it's if you've never heard it, it's just for us, for your fans, you ladies epitomize what harmony is about. And it's not too many. When I think of The Emotions, the Jones Girls, 3 Degrees, Pointer Sisters, from that school of harmony.
Absolutely.
Harmony.
Absolutely.
And y'all harmony is so in sync. And then you think about, hold on. And we get your music, the disco era. Can I tell you, Dirty Old Man is one of my favorite songs. I have twirled at every club from Europe to America. and that song has been played. And it is.
So is that your signature, my dear?
Oh, that's one of my signatures. That is definitely one of my signatures. I love that song. Oh my God.
Well, I'd love to know what you've been in the industry for such a long time. So you've of course seen it change and transform and adapt to whatever is going on. What has that been like to watch from then until now? And for you, what have been some of the major differences making music, let's say in the 60s compared to the 90s compared to now? What's that like?
Well, I think you have to grow with the times. And I'd like to think that we did that a bit. We haven't really had any recordings probably in the last 5 to 10 years, record-wise or CD-wise. But I think that anyone who comes to see our show sees us as what they know of the 3 degrees, but we put other things in our show that would just maybe elevate us to that now kind of arena, if you will. And there are things that we're just going to keep no matter what, because that's just who we are. That's it. It's just a real part of us. And the harmonies, wow, that started in the 60s. And we used to sing, Sheila and I went to Germantown High School, and there were a lot of other people who came out of Germantown at that time. And, Frankie Beverly and Mays, some of those guys came from our school, and, just a bunch of folks. And so we used to sing in the fire tower to get that echo. And the harmonies would just resonate all in that particular section of the school. And so that was popular during that time. So that and also our manager was very much a part of that. Like you said, he had the Chantels, he had dealings with Little Anthony and the Imperials. He also discovered Frankie Lyman. So all of that was kind of pounded on us and just elevated. And then as we grew theatrically, as far as the stage was concerned, we kept what we were taught, but we again elevated it to bring things as far forward as we could.
And it's amazing. And you ladies are a part of history. You are in the Guinness Book of World Records as being the longest running trio of all time. How many people can say that?
Yeah, because they really do not they'll not last that long. Usually, they really do not.
Yes, we've been out here for a while, and when we first heard that, then someone said, "No, you're not. You're not in the Guinness Book," and we went like, "Oh." And then it was like, okay, it's okay. We're out here still going, we're fine. And then apparently somehow or another, something got done in there. And now we are the longest running female trio ever.
Wow. And that's amazing. That's amazing.
Really, really amazing, because honestly, everyone knows many times when it comes to groups, the groups at a certain point, they break up and then they never get back together. That really does happen.
And we've had many replacements,
yes,
or even stand-ins, if you will, because there, somebody quoted, "Oh, there were 17 degrees." No, it wasn't. It was never 17 degrees. So whoever is saying that does not know the history of the group. And that we have friends in the industry who, when the people who were from the beginning or from the early years stepped away, the last person being Sheila Ferguson, when she stepped away, her choice, Valerie and I needed to continue. So we had someone like Vera Brown, who was the Ritchie family. And she said, "We're not working. I'll step in for you till you find somebody." She doesn't want to be a 3 degree. She never said and that's how we were able to continue. So the persons that we've had to come in and be sub, as they call them in the industry, subs or stand-ins, we appreciate, but we didn't consider them as degrees.
I see. And what was it like for you? Because you had to make the decision to leave, and what was it like making the decision to come back years later? What kind of thought went into that to return to the group?
No thought at all. When you enjoy something as much as I think we all have, and this goes back to the early years, when you enjoy something that much, it's difficult to just step away. And I'll give you an example. Fayette Pinckney, when she left and I came back to step into her spot, she's got her education, but she continued her music. She did teaching. She did her own album. Sheila is the same. Sheila does plays and does her own music. So it's not something you can just say, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. That's it, I'm done. No. And lately I've had some health issues which have permitted, I have to step back for a second, but in no way, and I just want to make this live and verbal, there's no way that I have stepped away from the 3 degrees. So the person who is subbing for me, standing in for me, I appreciate her. We all do. And we look forward to the up and coming tour. I wish them all well. I'll be back.
How about that?
Let them know.
But what is it? How was this for you ladies, being dubbed as the Prince Charles's favorite female group? Ooh. And being invited to the royal wedding of Princess Diana? What was that like?
That was amazing. Now, I just want to clarify. Oh, there's that picture. I just want to clarify that I don't think His Royal Highness ever was the one who said what everybody said he said, which was that we were his favorite group. But I have to say that he showed that he liked us very much. And so I just wanted to, when people say, oh, he said, no, he didn't. He never said it to us. Now, if he said it to someone, we don't know who that was. But I think the press took all of that. We performed for probably every member of the royal family. We performed in some kind of charity event for them. We were invited to Buckingham Palace to perform at his 30th birthday party.
Oh, wow.
And so there were a lot of things that went on up to the invitation, which I'm so proud of. The invitation to the wedding reception of Prince Charles and Princess Diana. And it was, I just think it was just one of the highlights of my career in particular. You couldn't just go in Buckingham Palace like you can now. You can tour it. You couldn't do it then. You had to be invited. And we certainly were. I had the invitation with my name on it to say. And so does Sheila, and so does Valerie. So it was just amazing. It really was. And we met people that we admired. Princess Grace was there, and I got a chance.
Of Monaco.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. So those, obviously we're in the entertainment industry, but we're fans of people, so when you get to meet those people, you're like, wow, did I really just meet Princess Grace? So it was just amazing. And I'm forever grateful to all of the royal family for it just giving us the opportunity to do the things we've done.
Yes, that must have been so amazing. And I mean, they're celebrating 70 years. The Queen is celebrating 70 years this year, being on the throne.
And if they'd like to have us for the Jubilee, we're available. Okay.
Yes, let's put it out there. Let us put it out there. Let's put it out there. So, of course, you've met so many wonderful people. Tell me some of the people you'll never forget meeting, people you've been fans of, and through your work, you were able to meet them and be around them that you'll never forget.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Ah, wow.
She invited us to do a charity performance in just outside of Washington, D.C. Richard Burton, we met him. Kelly Savalas.
Were they together at the time when you met?
Yes.
Okay.
And Elton John. Oh, wow. I mean, you're just making me label people that. Listen, I am a Maxwell fan. And I said to
Yes.
Valerie, one day I would love to meet Maxwell. And I feel bad telling the story, but it's true. And she said, but you did.
Mhm.
And I was like, we did? She said, we took pictures with him. I said, we did? She said, in Japan. And I was like, oh, I remembered, but we never got those pictures. So listen, Maxwell, if you have them, would you please send them to us? I would appreciate it. Okay.
How about
So,
that?
and of course, all the, the greats like the Temptations, the Four Tops, Martha and the Vandellas, all the Supremes, they're all the people on Philly International, they were like brothers and sisters, if you will, so oh wow, Queen Elizabeth, I mean, I had the opportunity to meet her, so wow, I don't want to ignore
it. And you've earned every right of, every moment and every right. But I, thinking back when reading so much about you or knowing so much about you, because I'm a fan, and it's so funny how Philly, how even in your Swan years, how Kenny and Leon played with the band back then before they started Philadelphia International.
Correct.
So it's so funny how that, and then you talk about Kenny, y'all had a lifelong friendship for
absolutely.
Forever. And knowing that you and Sheila went to high school together, I mean, it was like, wow. And even though
I've known Sheila since I was 3 years old.
Wow.
So, yeah, we go back, we go way back.
That's amazing. Hey, y'all been singing since then, child. And that's amazing. That's so wonderful when you can say, girl.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Something I'd like to know from you is, because you mentioned the fact that, you guys started out as teenagers. What advice would you give to very young people nowadays trying to break into the industry, at this time, and really, how to keep themselves together, keep their authenticity, but still be able to have their voice and their music out there?
I think one of the hardest things in the industry to do is to find your niche. And I believe that you should stay true to your dream. And that will carry you to the point where you find, quote, your niche. And once you do that, stay true to that, the people are always going to want to change you and say, okay, well, you could do this if you do this. You can, if you change and just do this little bit. And it's like, no, you found your place because of what you are. And I think you need to stay true to that. And you also need to hone in on your craft. We were taught at very early ages, and I don't know if I fully understood what he meant when he said that. And this is our manager. You're only as good as your last hit record. And if you don't happen to have one, if you can entertain an audience, you can work for the rest of your life. And here we go.
And you ladies are a shining example of that. Because, honey, it is not about trying to compete. Y'all not trying to sound like Destiny's Child or SWV or anything, because y'all set the bar. So your style of singing set the bar. It is because of the 3 Degrees, the Chantels, the Shirelles, that you had Destiny's Child, SWV, and In Vogue.
That's right.
It is these ladies stand on your shoulders, and young people need to understand that it's because of you who broke barriers and who were trailblazers, who sometimes had to come through side doors and back doors and with your name on the headline,
right,
and doing the Chitlin circuit and riding them buses through the South and coming through a lot of turmoil. But your music was what set the tone, what brought people together, what uplifted people and brought all races and all denominations. Absolutely. And it still sets the test of time, because you ladies have a certain standard of elegance, class, and
You're gonna make me
showmanship.
cry in a minute. Now stop.
And it is like you have never failed me. Every time I would every time I've gone to see you, I always say, girl, they're gonna give us some gowns and they're gonna throw us some hair and they're gonna give us some parsley and they're gonna give you the
Yes.
and a little wow. And I say every time, and it has never failed. You ladies are always
thank you.
Always on point. And the whole with you, Freddie and Valerie now, and even with the 2015 recording, when you did the salute to the Philadelphia sound,
right?
Well, that was like paying homage to.
Oh, definitely.
It was,
and that's exactly what we set out to do when we put that medley together. Yes, absolutely.
And it was amazing. That project was so amazing, and it was like because whether that you know it or not, y'all are the sound of Philadelphia. When you think about Philadelphia, soon as you come or anywhere around, I can go anywhere in Philadelphia and I can hear your music played anywhere. And anywhere still today. I was just in Philly a while back and I walked into, I think, Miss Tootsie's, and they were playing.
Oh wow, yes.
They were playing y'all music. they were playing y'all music when I went in there. When I went to London for the very first time, it was maybe 40 years ago. We were staying in Lancaster Gates, and we walked into the check-in of the hotel to check in. Not were they playing just your song, they played the whole album of the with Dirty Old Man on it, because I was seeing everything on there. The whole album was playing while we were checking out. I was falling out. I was screaming, hollering. I was like, girl, they playing the whole 3 Degree album, not the one song, the whole album. And I will not, I mean, your music just, and it's such a blessing to know. And if you don't know, I always tell people, give them their flowers while they're still here. I thank you.
Thank you. I love that.
I love you and all of the ladies of the 3 Degrees.
Oh, thank you so much.
You ladies have been a standard for my life and for our community. And then let me just say, it's speaking especially for the LGBTQIA community.
Absolutely.
Your music has been like a part of our tapestry in a world that sometimes does not accept who we are.
Correct.
There are superheroes, and you ladies are like our superheroes. I was telling Martha that. I was telling Jeannie that. I was telling them how you ladies your music has carried us through in a world that sometimes throws arrows and sticks and stones. We can put on a song by you ladies, and it lifts us up and it carries us through and it motivates us to push on. And I thank you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, it's our pleasure, for real, for real. I think that community is helpful and loving and supportive, and not just us have they elevated to the top. They have elevated so many other acts, females and males. So you can't ignore that community. You cannot. You can absolutely
they
not.
never let it go. They will never let you go, ever.
We don't want to be let go, so we're good.
Listen, it has been such an immense joy, such an immense pleasure, such an immense privilege to be able to talk with you today. Before I let you go, how can people keep up with you, listen to the music, and what may be coming up soon? Anything, please share with us.
Well, COVID has kind of shut down a lot of things. And so it's now just beginning to just crumble through a little bit. We're due to go over into Belgium and to England in March. And hopefully, if everything goes well, a September tour will also be abroad and maybe going back to Japan. The United States has not forgotten us, but they have forgotten us in a way. I think it depends on who you're talking to. And we have so many people who have asked us, when are you coming back here? When are you performing here so we can come and see you? So I would like to use this particular program as a platform to say, listen, US, we're born and raised here. We're part of a community with you that probably a lot of people don't even know about. So support us, bring us back around. Guarantee you'll enjoy yourselves and you'll see things that maybe you don't see just everywhere else. So I'm asking, we're ready.
Yes, thank you.
And we can't wait to see you back in the States, because it would be such an honor, because you know, like you said, but you know, it's a blessing to be revered and treated like royalty, because overseas you are the queen's darling, and y'all
everybody says that, and I'm just thinking, really? No.
Yeah, my friends in Japan, when I told some of my friends I was talking, you know, what you talking to? Oh my God, we love them. And I said, tune in, watch it, you know, so tune in, you know, and it was and I was telling some of my co-workers, and they were like, the 3 degrees? You talking to the 3 degrees? Oh my God, Helen Scott.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, oh my God. He was like, literally, like, he was so flustered. He could not believe it. And he was like, they are so big in my country. And he was like, I was like, child, and it's a blessing, you know.
I don't know what to say except for thank you so very much. And this goes to everyone around the world who have been supporters. I won't even say fans, because that means something else. When you support somebody and you stand behind them, no matter what, no matter who was there, you know, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. And I'm so ever eternally grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. God
Thank you. Thank you. And we're eternally grateful for having you here today.
Have me back again. I'd love to come back.
Yes, we love it. Of course. Definitely. Team Rayceen YouTube channel is always a place for Helen Scott at the 3rd degree. Yes, certainly. So I will say a Pride Festival would be good. We'd love something for Pride.
Yes, so let us put it out there. We need to put it out there and start telling people.
Yes.
Absolutely. And you have John's address, so you know, I mean, email address and the whole bit, so you know how to contact us. And maybe next time, if you'd have us on, maybe we can work it out that we'll have the 3 of us on. That would be wonderful.
We're going to work that out. How about
we will
that?
work it out. Work it out. Thank you so much. So to everyone watching, thank you so much. Please follow Team Rayceen Productions on all forms of social media. Like, comment, and subscribe. But most of all, thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.
Bye.